Alright, so in less than 24 hours, the Super Falcons of Nigeria will play in their first of two friendly matches against the indomitable Lionesses of Cameroon. The team will finally return to action, having played their last match in November of last year, a 2-1 friendly defeat against France in France. And this time they'll be playing a side that they also faced twice last year. That was in Olympic qualification. The final matchup of the two had a little bit of bad blood in it, so that kind of makes for a spicy matchup right here. But that being said, before we go any further about the match, please make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much. So yeah, the Super Falcons of Nigeria will be taking on the indomitable Lionesses of Cameroon tomorrow, Saturday, the 31st of May. 4 p.m. Nigerian time will be the start, and it will be hosted at the Remo Star Stadium in Ikene. Now, to watch the match, none has exactly been made official yet, but I'm thinking NFF TV will have the game on the NFF YouTube channel. I'm thinking it's going to be on there because the last number of games, especially at the Remo Star Stadium, if you're talking about the under-17s or if you're talking about the Super Falcons against Algeria, those games have been shown live on the NFF YouTube channel, and I'm not thinking it's gonna change for this one. Hopefully it doesn't change, but like I said earlier, this is definitely a spicy matchup right here, or a spicy matchup in the making. Of course, the Super Falcons of Nigeria took on the indomitable Lionesses of Cameroon in Olympic qualification. They played two legs against each other. The first leg was in Cameroon. We should have won that game by 2-0. Two clean Esther Okoronkwo goals were chucked off. I think one more was chucked off by somebody else, but I know about the two clean Esther Okoronkwo goals that the referee just overruled. It was just like daylight robbery what happened over there. Then we came back to Nigeria. We got the 1-0 lead, and they had the nerves to basically accuse us of using some type of supernatural powers to stop them from scoring. So that was kind of crazy, and that led to a red card for one of their players. So there might be some bad blood coming into this matchup right here. They say it's a friendly, but it might not be too friendly. Now, of course, on the Super Falcons side, this is definitely not the strongest team possible. These are not all the best of Super Falcons players for one reason or the other, but we definitely have a team that can do the job. It will be interesting to see who the coach selects for that starting lineup in the first match, which will be played tomorrow. Of course, you look at the list. Chiamaka Nadoze, you expect her to be in goal. Osinachi Hale, Tosin Demahin, you probably expecting them to be 5 and 6. Then the fullback position, Michelle Oloze, you're expecting her at the right back. Then the left back, maybe is that Rofieri Moran. You do have Blessing Iliaveda. You have Miracle Usani, who can play as a right or left back. And you also have Shukura Oladipo. So a lot of players for that fullback position, right and left. Then for the midfield, Deborah Biodun, Jennifer Echegini, Christy Ucheibe, Rashida Tajibade. I mean, pick your poison right there. I'm thinking Rashida Tajibade, I'd rather play her on the wing instead of in the midfield. I kind of would take those three up top right there. Deborah Biodun, Jennifer Echegini, and Christy Ucheibe. I mean, I'm killing whoever with those three. Let me just keep it real. Of course, you got the home base players, Josephine Mataz, the Nasarawa Amazon midfielder, and you got Amarachi Odoma or Cordelia Odoma. I don't know why they always change players' names when they come to the national team. We calling you one thing at your club level, then all of a sudden, like you got married, male or female, you just come up with a brand new name. That's just a rant, my bad. Then you go to the forwards, and that's some more pick your poison type stuff. You got Tony Payne, Francisco Odega, Ifeoma Onumonu, Rinsola Babajide, Olamide Bolaji, MMSN. First thing I could say in the forwards part is I want to see Rinsola Babajide get a start. I want to see that with my eyes. Let me see how she can play from the start. I don't want to see her coming off the bench. I don't want to see her in the last 15 minutes, last 5, last 10. Let me see her with a start. I think what she does at a club level as more than showing that she deserves to at least get a start for the Super Falcons. That's the first thing I want to say, because calling her every time and bringing her off the bench, I'm like, who's on the pitch? You gotta keep it real with yourself. I think Ifeoma Onumonu might just get the start as the 9 just on default when you look at the players available. Of course, Bolaji Olamide, the top goal scorer in the NWFL last season. MMSCN, of course, we saw what she did at the CAF Women's Champions League and the WAFU competition, so she is a capable player, but I do think the coach will go with the more familiar in this situation right here. And Ifeoma Onumonu, of course, scored against France in the Super Falcons last match. So I'm thinking she'll be the option for this one right here. But if I'm doing the selecting, I probably would pick Ifeoma Onumonu at the number 9, Rinsola Babajide on one of the wings, and Rashidat Ajibade on the other side. Then, of course, midfield, Deborah Biodun, Jennifer Echegini, Christy Uchebe. I definitely want to see that trio in action. Then for the defense, of course, the 2 central defenders, Osinachi Ohale, Tosin Demahi, right back, Michelle Oloze, left back, Rofiati Muran, and goalkeeper, we already know, Chiamaka Nadoze. Now, before I go, I do want to talk about interim head coach Justin Madugu. A lot of people have been asking about his situation, which is basically the NFF have not really come out and made any clarification about the coaching situation. They have not said, hey, we're looking for a coach, or hey, Justin Madugu is now the full-time coach. None of that has come out. And I'm thinking he's basically going to be the coach until something bad happens. That's what I'm seeing. I'm thinking he's going to be in charge until something catastrophic happens. Maybe a ridiculous loss to somebody somewhere. I think we're playing Portugal. If we lose like 3-4-0 to Portugal, then they're going to be like, oh, we're looking for a coach going into the WAFCON. But if he can scale through these 2 matches, scale through the Portugal match, I believe he's going to be the coach at the WAFCON. That's the way I see it. And I feel like that's kind of shortchanging the Super Falcons once again. Not saying that Justin Madugu is a poor coach. I feel like he's a pretty good coach. But at the same time, when you have an interim coach in there, how much can he input on? How much can he say? What can he put his foot down on as an interim coach, as opposed to somebody that was given the full-time job under a contract and stuff like that? Because I'm thinking if you had a full-time coach since last year, you would have had more friendly matches than you have had now. I'm thinking you would have had friendly matches already this year. You wouldn't have had to wait till May to play your first friendly match when teams have probably played 4 already. But that's how I feel about that situation. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. And of course, the Super Falcons will be taking on the indomitable Lionesses of Cameroon tomorrow in their first of 2 friendly matches. The game will be played at the Remo Stars Stadium in Ikene. If you have predictions for the match, put it in the comment section. And please don't forget to like this video. Thank y'all for watching.
Good afternoon, Coach.
Good afternoon.
How are you doing?
I'm good.
So, Coach, what are the health bills going into the game on Saturday?
Well, the team is good to go, and currently we're not experiencing any serious or major injuries that we can really have worries or concerns about for now. We don't know what happens between now and the game day, but for now, all the girls are good to go.
All right. So you have Francisca Odega back in the team. How pivotal do you think she would be for the young Falcons going currently in the team?
Well, Francisca Odega was even supposed to be in the game against France in the last camp. She was supposed to be with us in the last camp in France when we played against France. Unfortunately, she had a slight injury which made it impossible for her to be in camp. And monitoring her performances in all the teams she has played for so far, more especially in Russia last year. She was among the top players in the league and was even the second, third highest goal scorer in the league. And having transferred to Saudi, she has continued the good performances. And we feel with the experience she has gathered over the years and her current performances also in her clubs, I think she deserves to be given an opportunity to also come around and share some of these experiences with the younger players and try to see how they can also get motivated through some of them based on their accomplishments. And that's why she is here. I think she deserves to be given the opportunity, and that's why we have invited her to come.
All right. Coach, we've seen the inclusion of some home-based players. Would we be seeing some of them get some minutes on Saturday?
It's our wish that we're going to play 2 games, and it's our wish that all the players in camp should be given an opportunity at least to have a feel of the games, and we'll see how it goes from the first match, but it's our desire that all of them should have the opportunity of participating in the 2 games.
And lastly, Coach, the girls have won 9 titles. Now, the mission is to go for the 10th one in Morocco. What is your message to Nigerians concerning Mission X?
Yeah, concerning Mission X, I would urge that appeal or solicit that Nigerians should wish the team well, continue to pray for the team and keep supporting the team. The Super Falcons have been one of the teams that Nigerians have taken to their hearts based on their accomplishments on the continent. Even at the global level, they have not done reasonably bad. And that is why I feel we all are aware of the challenge before us. And that's what we are going out for, to ensure that the Mission X is also brought to fruition.